what I'm doing today, because it's kind of gnarly outside, I've got a bunch of my tools that I use in the woods for getting our wood together for the heating season next year. I'm going to paint my handles so I don't lose track of them in the woods. Thought you guys might want to check it out and consider it for yourself. My two favorite tools are my pulp hooks. I really like the orange, but they do get kind of stuck in the leaves and you can't see them too well. So I think what I'm going to do is just paint these bottom parts here and see how I like it. Check out the link above on the video I did about these pulp hooks. I'm going to do the same thing with my handle on this homemade hookaroon. I've got a bark spud from way back when. I may just add a stripe here. I got this years ago up at the PV place in Maine. I've got this old cant hook that you can use to cut logs with, hold them up. I'm going to cut this off because this is just too cumbersome and I don't really need it. So I'll have a nice little cant hook to work with when I'm out in the woods, easier to carry. This is really too bulky for me. Last but not least, I've got an official PV. I bought this probably about 20 years ago. Nice unit, a little bit bulky. I hate to say it, as much as I love the wood, I would go with a Logrite, cant hook, or PV now. This is their hookaroon, made out of aluminum, strong as hell, works really well, and their cant hooks and PVs are similar. Nice, lightweight, easy to move around. I'm going to take a little painter's tape and try and keep this fairly neat, but I'm not overly concerned with it being perfect. You've seen a lot of my videos. I just like to have it done. I'm certainly not a perfectionist. You can tell by the way my basement looks and how neat and clean it is. But this will help when I'm out in the woods, especially when it's the end of the day and you want to just get home, and instead of having to dig around trying to find your tools in the leaves, this should make it easy. I may go multicolored, get a little exciting here. I went out and bought some blue Rust-Oleum, pretty expensive actually. I've got a bunch of orange spray paint left over, but I just want to mix it up a little bit. So if you can get this at a yard sale or something like that, all the better. I don't really like to have to spend 10, 15 bucks on spray paint, but I like the blue color. It's what a lot of foresters use to mark trees. You can see it in the woods easily. I'm going to do my friskers as well. I don't know if I showed you that. This is handy, although when I'm using it, if you're not careful, the way it torques can hurt your forearm. I've had my forearm and my wrist kind of tweak a little bit using these, but it's nice to keep handy, especially if you've got to bust out some of the burning bush and the other invasives, at least that we get here in northeastern Connecticut. I'm not going to show you painting the handles because I forgot to turn the camera on, but I will show you the after, and we'll take it into the woods and see if you think it's worth painting these blue, or if you prefer the orange color. You can let me know in the comments down below. So the first thing I did, I went out and I just tossed these two samples under a bush, and you can see it right here. Now certainly that orange one strikes out, but you got to remember it's not autumn, it's spring right now, and it's a rainy day. Once those leaves get crunchy and red, orange, that fluorescent color is going to be hard to see, but I think the blue is going to stand out. And in this picture, I literally threw these on the forest floor, and you can see what they look like in the wet leaves. So here it is up against a big old pine tree. Both colors look good. In the wood pile, you can see how that red might disappear, that orange. And that's about it. Nothing too exciting, but a nice little tip. Hope you guys find this interesting and helpful. As always, like, share, and subscribe if you're into it. Let me know in comments if you guys paint your handles, or if you're a purist and you just keep them like you bought it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.